10 most isolated places to live in England. England may be known for cosy villages and lively towns, but if you travel far enough across its moors, mountains, forests, and quiet countryside, you'll discover places that feel wonderfully detached from the rush. These are the 10 most isolated places to live in England, where narrow roads, long distances, and natural landscapes shape daily life. If you enjoy discovering remote English villages, hidden places in England, or dream of quiet living far from busy centres, this list will guide you through some of the most peaceful corners the country has to offer. 10. Hexhamshire, Northumberland. Hexhamshire is a scattered rural parish south of Hexham, surrounded by upland fields, quiet hills, and miles of countryside. It offers calm living, wide skies, and a slower pace. With roads that wind through farmland and open landscapes that stretch far in every direction. Public transport is minimal, and most routes require long scenic drives, reinforcing its sense of quiet separation. People who search for remote English villages often discover Hexhamshire because of its peaceful atmosphere and distance from major services. Life here is simple and steady, shaped by rural tradition and the natural world. Its isolation isn't harsh, it's soft, calming, and pleasantly removed from noise. 9. Gunnerside, Swaledale, North Yorkshire. Gunnerside sits in the heart of Swaledale, one of England's most beautiful and distant dales. The village feels postcard perfect, with stone cottages, winding lanes, and dramatic hills surrounding it on all sides. Reaching Gunnerside means navigating narrow dale roads with steep climbs, tight bends, and long stretches where sheep wander freely across the tarmac. For anyone searching hidden places in England, Gunnerside stands out. There's no nearby railway, no major road access, and no quick route to large towns. The surrounding landscape forms a natural barrier that heightens its sense of solitude. Life here is about quiet days, strong community ties, and the beauty of slowing down. 8. Warcop, Cumbria. Warcop is a peaceful village in the Eden Valley, surrounded by moorland and open countryside that creates a natural feeling of distance. Though less well known than some Cumbrian villages, it is genuinely remote for its size. The landscape around it is wide and rural, with long distances between settlements. Reaching larger towns requires time and patience, and travelling through valleys and hills feels like stepping deeper into traditional England. People researching most isolated places to live in England often encounter Warcop because of its combination of natural scenery and distance from fast connections. With limited public transport and no nearby rail station, everyday life moves at a different tempo. Warcop's charm lies in this simplicity: quiet mornings, friendly faces, and the uninterrupted calm of countryside living. 7. Rosedale Abbey, North Yorkshire. Rosedale Abbey sits deep in the North York moors, surrounded by sweeping hills and heather-covered valleys. The roads into the village are famously steep and narrow, with Chimneybank being one of the most dramatic ascent routes in the country. The moment you enter the valley, the wider world feels far away. For fans of remote English villages, Rosedale Abbey offers the perfect combination of charm and separation. It's beautiful, historic, and peaceful. But daily travel requires navigating slow rural routes that can feel endless in poor weather. The isolation is part of its identity, a village that embraces quiet living and natural scenery over convenience. 6. Kielder Village, Northumberland. Kielder Village sits deep within Kielder Forest, one of England's least populated and most remote regions. Surrounded by woodland and close to the famous reservoir, it feels like a settlement on the edge of wild countryside. Getting here involves long drives through forest roads, with no railway and limited bus connections. People who explore remote places to live in England regularly come across Kielder because of its vast, open environment and distance from major urban centres. The skies here are among the darkest in Europe, and the silence at night is striking. Life in Kielder is defined by nature, trees, stars, wildlife, and the steady rhythm of rural living. 5. Bude, Cornwall. Bude is a stunning coastal town in the far northeast of Cornwall, known for beaches and dramatic cliffs. Yet, beneath the beauty lies genuine geographical isolation. There are no motorways that reach this part of the country, and the rail network doesn't extend anywhere close. Most journeys involve slow A roads and long drives through rural stretches. Searches for remote towns in England often feature Bude because of its distance from major cities like Exeter or Plymouth. It's a place where even everyday travel feels like an outing. But the reward is a community with strong ties, beautiful scenery, and a calmer pace of life. Many residents embrace the isolation for the peace it brings. 4. Alston, Cumbria. Alston is among the highest towns in England, sitting roughly 1,000 feet above sea level in the rugged North Pennines. Encircled by moorland and reached via long, exposed roads, Alston has earned a reputation for being one of England's most remote towns. Winter weather often adds extra challenges, turning travel into an adventure of its own. People searching most isolated towns in England consistently encounter Alston. There's no direct railway, no motorway, and every route into town crosses scenic but slow terrain. Despite its isolation, Alston has a warm community spirit and a sense of heritage that makes the remoteness feel special. It's a place where the landscape shapes daily life, a town where rugged beauty meets old-fashioned charm. 3. Boot, Eskdale, Cumbria. Boot is a quiet village in the Eskdale Valley surrounded by steep fells, forests and winding rivers. Reaching Boot is unforgettable. From one direction you travel through narrow valley roads. From the other, you climb some of England's steepest mountain passes, weaving through hairpins and dramatic scenery. For anyone searching hidden villages in England, Boot stands out because of its deep valley location and lack of major road access. There are no large shops nearby and no quick transport routes to bigger towns. Instead, you find walking paths, traditional inns, and a feeling that time has slowed. The scenery is spectacular, and the sense of peaceful isolation is almost unmatched in the Lake District. 2. Wasdale Head, Cumbria. Wasdale Head is often described as England's most remote valley settlement, and the surroundings make that easy to believe. Encircled by some of the highest mountains in the country, the village feels sheltered from everything beyond the valley walls. A single narrow road leads in and out, making it one of England's hardest to reach inhabited areas. People looking for the most isolated places to live in England routinely encounter Wasdale Head. There are no rail connections and no quick access to large towns. The setting is dramatic and peaceful, with calm water, towering peaks, and quiet evenings when the valley seems to hum with stillness. For nature lovers, it's a dream. For commuters, it's impossible. But for anyone seeking true solitude, Wasdale Head is unforgettable. 1. Barnstaple, Devon, Town. Barnstaple ranks number 1, not because it is tiny, but because it's one of the most geographically cut-off larger towns in England. North Devon has no motorway access, slow A roads, and long travel times to the nearest major city. This separation is unusual for a town of its size and creates a unique sense of distance from the rest of the country. People searching most isolated places to live in England frequently find Barnstaple at the top of lists. Although the town is lively and welcoming, reaching big cities requires long travel planning. That isolation adds to its charm. It feels safe, community-focused, and pleasantly slow-paced, with coastlines and countryside all around. Barnstaple is living proof that even larger English towns can feel far from the bustle of modern life. These 10 most isolated places to live in England show that peaceful corners still exist far from busy centres. From moorland valleys to remote coastal towns, each offers deep, calm, scenic beauty and a slower rhythm of life that makes every day feel refreshing and quietly memorable. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe.